Hey everybody, this fella, I just came on here to talk about Obama and his accomplishments that a lot of people on the left and the right say that he didn't do, or that he didn't do nothing for the black community, or he didn't do nothing when he was in office for 8 years. Um, his accomplishments is basically either you for him or you against him. Now, if his accomplishments was, for example, let's say he did the Wall Street reform. Now, if you are Wall Street, you probably don't like that reform that he did, but he also accomplished it. Or the when he passed the health care, mm, he passed it. According to my research, 32 million people receive health care because of it. Nobody lost their health care, but 32 extra people, 32 million, receive health care when he passed that reform, the healthcare bill. So a lot of stuff that he did depends on what side of the president you is on. Hey everybody, hey Josh, hey John. Um then you would be like he didn't do nothing or he did something for us. You know what I'm saying? So I got a whole bunch of stuff that Obama did for us, but according to what I got, the left might say he didn't do nothing because it didn't do nothing for them. Like the Iraq War, he ended the Iraq War. He killed bin Laden. I said Obama. He's Osama bin Laden. He killed him. Them are accomplishments that this President Obama did. So for people who say that he didn't do anything when the 8 years that he was in office, is basically a lie, and they don't want to give him no props on what he did. So I'm gonna give you a list of what he did. From one, he passed the healthcare reform. Two, he passed the stimulus. He signed a 787 billion American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Um, that helped a lot of people. He passed Wall Street reform. He ended the war in Iraq. He began to take troops out of Afghanistan. Now, anybody who want to join this panel, the link is up in the chat room. Um, he helped the auto industry. Um, and people like, wow, who cares if he helped the auto industry? If if our it doesn't matter how much the insurance cost, he made it available for 32 million people. So that's the point. It don't matter if it hurt somebody or didn't hurt somebody. It matter that he made it available for people who didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking on Joe Biden. Joe Biden was um he was the vice president. So anything Obama did, he didn't have no say so on it. You know what I'm saying? No, Obama is not running again for the president. But the only reason I bring this up is because every time I talk online or against Republican or even some Democrats, they say Obama didn't do shit for the whole 4 years that he was in office. Now I'm just here to say that Obama did stuff while he was in office. He pushed for legislation to get through, passed, and all that good stuff. But if we can't recognize that he did anything, then we lying to ourselves. Um, he recapitalized the banks. Basically, Well, I don't agree with that one. He gave them a bailout. The banks didn't need a bailout. I mean, that's the same shit that he could have helped the regular people out, but that's a different story. But according to this, the bank's happy with it. I mean, I'm saying the banks that received this money from the bank bailout when Obama was in office, they think he did something for them. But like I said, I don't think that the banks should have been helped the way the banks think they should have been helped. So we can find good, but the thing is, like I said, me as an independent, I don't just scream Trump didn't do nothing, Trump is a horrible person. I never scream that. I just say Trump does. When he passed reform and all that good stuff, it be for a Pacific people that they might think that he is doing stuff, wonderful things for them. But again, it's always another side to that bill that he passed. Who's going to get hurt? Who's going to affect? Who is it going to affect? Because if it affect me badly, I'm gonna say he didn't do nothing for me. But if it affects me good, like if he gave me a tax break or he gave me a bigger income return, I'd be like, man, Trump the man. He gave me this, he gave me that. No, Trump don't. I mean, the stuff that he pushing through is never getting done. He said he was gonna build that wall. I mean, the wall in the hold will be. No, Trump don't. I mean, the stuff that he's pushing through is never. What's going on, man? No, Trump will say something and he won't finish it. I mean, because he basically needs to run it past the people who controls the money. He can't just say he gonna build a wall if he don't have the money to build a wall. A whole wall, not a half a wall, not a piece of a wall, not the money that they allocated to repair the wall. He can't take credit for them taking that money and building new pieces of wall.
Well, you know one thing about building a wall is that the wall is really not going to change anything because the majority of people that are illegal are people who actually overstay visas.
Yep.
So that's what people don't understand. It's like it's not just people coming from south of the border. It's people from China, people coming from Europe as well. And another thing that goes along with that is that when you look at like the educational institutions, like people say, oh, well, Asians are being discriminated against because they're, like blacks and Latinos are getting a pass to where Asians are being held back. Well, that's because of the fact that the majority of the Asians that are enrolling are not even American citizens.
Yeah.
So their standards for their test are modified. That's why even Trump closed down a lot of the schools and found out that people were enrolled in schools that weren't even supposed to be here. So, that's just one of the things that goes along with what I was talking about. But also, what a lot of people don't understand is that Trump has to deal with COVID, but Obama basically had to deal with all the shit that Bush did overseas. He had to clean that up. Then he also had to deal with the housing crisis.
But then he also had the Senate who's saying that they basically, it's on video that's saying they is never going to pass anything for Obama. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't even make any difference like so much what the president does. It's what society's going to dictate what he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when people say, okay, well, the housing crisis happened under Obama. Well, that was basically the general public doing that shit. Now, a lot of people don't understand how economy works. Now,
what's going on, John?
A lot of people don't understand how the economy works. Now, like you can't have everyone owning homes, because if everybody owns homes, as far as like making payments on the homes, that fucks up the economy because people have less disposable income. So like during the housing crisis, what happened was you had a lot of people that were refinancing homes. So people were cashing out. That's how the majority of people lost their homes. So people were cashing out, and they're taking that money and they're fucking the money off. They're spending.
Mm-hmm. True.
Right? So that's what the housing crisis was about. But the actual economy itself was doing fucking great because people weren't handling responsibility to buying the house, and they were spending money. So there was no possibility of a recession during that. You just had motherfuckers who lost their homes. But yeah, also like you had the no homeless veteran act,
mm-hmm.
which is what was passed, where it's like basically before, if you were a veteran, when you went to apply to get a loan for a house, they would back your loan. The veterans would, but you still had to, like, let's say if you want to go get a house worth $300,000, you have to be able to afford that $300,000 house on your own. Veteran would just back
it's still the same way. It's just likewise.
No, it isn't.
You keep saying that, but it's not true. I'm a veteran. I own a house under the VA. I know. I just went through it.
John. I know 3 people that did it, including my uncle. That's how I even got the idea of buying my first rental property.
You still have to qualify. I still had to qualify. I still had to go through a background credit check. I had to go through all that.
John, you have to qualify, yes, but what happens, like, let's say if the house is, let's say you get out of the military and you're in Portland, Oregon, okay? And let's say a house is $500,000. You can only pay, enough to cover $300,000. The veterans pick up the other $200,000. Is what I'm saying.
No.
Yes, they do.
They won't.
Yes, they do.
No, they'll take the house away from you.
No, they won't. I'm telling you, because
you have to qualify. You have to qualify. They looked at your income, and when I went, and they said, "Okay, you're only eligible for a certain amount because of your income."
And how long ago was that?
Hey,
like for instance, I couldn't go in there and say I want to buy a $500,000 house. They said, "No, you're not qualified for that. You can only pay, I could only buy $130,000 house because that's all my income allows me." Because in Hawaii, there's a big problem because there are no houses less than $500,000 in Hawaii.
Damn.
John, how long ago was that?
What's that?
And how long ago was that?
I'm not hearing likewise.
He said, "How long? No. How long that's been? How long ago?
How long have I had the loan?
No. How long ago this been like that?
Oh, I don't know. It's been like that as long as I can remember.
Well, how long ago did you get your house loan? What's up, bro?
Okay.
Oh, okay. That I got like within the last 5 years.
Okay, I'm here, Mark. All right. Yes.
Now, you could be talking about a program that is set up by the state, because the state could come in and pay that difference and help you out or whatever. But the actual federal VA, they don't just give you shit like that.
I'll hit my uncle up. I just tried to hit him. I couldn't get him. He wasn't home. But that's how.
But John, I had
that's how. Because it could be through the state.
I tried to buy a house.
States are different. Each state they have.
And they said that I couldn't get a house, or that I needed to increase my income by another $2,000 to even apply for this house. So I already know that they base the house's mortgage on the loan that you get on based on your income. So but that's been like that for a while.
Okay, it's called. Let me see.
Now what the VA loan does? Listen, likewise, the VA loan guarantees the loan to the bank.
Yeah,
so if I default on the loan,
I know. What I'm saying is like,
but that program doesn't help you pay for it. But you could probably get assistance through the state VA.
Yeah,
because each state has their own programs.
Okay. Well, it may be through the state. Okay, but I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, but I know that it took place under Obama's administration. Maybe he doesn't get credit for it, but that's what's going on here in California. Because you got people that are going to the military, that are coming out, 4, 5, 6 years in the military, they're coming out to a whole fucking different world, where it's like, renting the fucking bear is the same as it is in fucking Portland, Oregon, to where it's like $1,800 for a fucking 1 bedroom. And veterans are being homeless because they're coming back to a different world, and they spend all that time where They could have been in college, getting a degree to where they serve the country, and they're coming home and they're fucking homeless.
I was remembering though, I don't know who was talking about passing the policy on when veterans, for example, let's say if your veteran is a medic inside the Army or any government program, any government agency, if he a medic or some type of whatever they doing inside, like the Army, they can come home and get credited through the colleges, basically helping them get through school in that field. I heard they were trying to pass.
They've always had that.
No, they got that already.
They do.
A lot of your jobs are transferable to college credits. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I heard they were going to do that, but a lot of places like I think I seen something on the news. You know, I read a lot of stuff, but I don't know how true it is, and that's why I got to research it. So now it has been going on. How long has it been going on?
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah. See, for me, I was in the Air Force. And in the Air Force, they push you through the community college of the Air Force. So they want you to, in order to get promoted, you have to go through training. And that training is accredited through the community college of the Air Force. So when you get out, you got some college credits. Plus, some universities will give you more credits because of the job you did in the military.
Right. Yeah, I'll put it like this. So back to the
I think it changed like in the 90s. In the 90s, I think it changed because a lot of people were getting out and they weren't getting education and all that. And so they started trying to do a lot of education while you were in the military.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the whole thing with Obama is that I mean, he was actually probably the best president for the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wouldn't be the right president now. I think Trump is the right president now for the time. And I don't think that they're interchangeable. Just because of the situations at hand. I mean, there's no way in hell Obama would.
No. I would think Trump was the best president for his first 3 years. I can't say that I can't vouch for this. Last year, he handled the pandemic horribly, in my opinion.
But what I'm saying is that there's other things that are going on because you're dealing with China on economical levels and other shit. So there's no way that Obama would have dealt with China the way that Trump did.
When the
Hey, fella, explain what Trump did wrong with the pandemic.
Well, okay, he could have issued a nationwide mask wearing after they found out masks.
Cannot.
Why he can't?
Because we got individual states under the 10th Amendment. States have rights.
He basically saying to American people, he basically saying he gonna cut funding federally if they don't start giving out their illegals, documented immigrants. Basically, he said that, and we gonna stop funding them states that don't cooperate with the ISIS. If he can do that, if he could pull its money away from
sanctuary states and sanctuary cities. If he could pull
that's
because they're not complying with federal law. Because they're not complying with. When you apply to a grant, listen, fella, when you apply for a grant, you have to agree that you're going to fulfill the Constitution and all the laws abiding by that. You're going to work with the federal government when you take that money. Okay, that's in the rules when you apply for that grant from the feds. Okay.
So,
he's
but
saying that if you're not going to follow the law,
national security is not a federal. But if he's saying that this pandemic is basically national security in so many words, it's a pandemic. The name in itself saying it's dire, so he already labeled it as a disaster. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he can put federal. I mean, he could do it federally. He could take federal action.
I don't understand. You want him to be a dictator, or you don't want him to be a dictator? Which is it?
I want him to do his job when it calls people.
He is doing his job, but you gotta understand, our president is not a king. He cannot just make laws and implement things willy nilly. You know, he has to go by the law.
Yeah, but you know what?
With the states.
You know one thing, John, is that I understand that. A lot of people understand that, but at the same time, a lot of people don't want to understand that about Obama. Obama did this, Obama did that. You know what I mean? Like he was.
I said something the other day that Deborah got upset. I said something the other day that Deborah got upset because I said something positive about Obama. And I'll be honest, I'll say it again. Obama kept the crazies in check. I'll be honest.
Hey,
Because
Jenny.
a lot of this stuff they're talking now, they wanted that back then. And he didn't do all that stuff that they wanted. And for that, I'm grateful for, you know? He's
Yeah,
not
I
as
mean,
radical as some of these other people are.
But I'm just saying he could have. I mean, he could have had a meeting with the governors, even though you saying it's against the Constitution. But he could have had.
No. He does have
He
meetings.
got-
They have
major-
telephone conferences.
he got major sway with the Republican governors. I'm just saying, whatever he say, they bow down and kiss his ass. So he could have had a fucking meeting with them and say, let's implement masks in your city or your state, and
well, I don't think that like it was an issue of him implementing anything because it's common sense. You know what? That's medical shit.
Look at his rallies now, though. His rallies now. He got COVID,
and
he
and
didn't wait
Fauci and Fauci and the CDC.
No, he didn't wait 14 days to get off. How come the
CDC and Fauci.
Listen, let me talk, John. Then I'll give you the mic. How come it's recommended
Right.
if I have sniffles, fever, and I got the symptoms, not even diagnosed with COVID, they tell me I have to quarantine myself for 14 days, and I can't go back to work unless I do it. No, not even saying I have it. I have to. That's any job you got. You have to wait 14 days and then go get tested, see if you got it or not, and then you go back to work. You got to get a letter from your job. How come
10 to 14 days,
that he could come off 5-6 days after he's been literally diagnosed with COVID-19, and then want to do a rally with people, real people.
Yeah.
Not that he just,
because his doctor said that he tested negative now. He's not infectious.
They never said that. They never said he tested negative. They won't even give him a yes or no.
Did.
They won't even give him when the last time he tested negative.
Yes, they did. They did. Today.
Wait.
I thought I was going to get to talk next.
Let John go. He got it. He got it, man.
Listen. Wait a minute. Trump tweeted it out today about his doctors giving him the negative diagnosis and that he's not infectious. Twitter said that was a violation and they locked down that tweet. Go look it up right now. It's on his Twitter. Okay, you can't share it because he's got it locked down. But he put it out. So it is out there.
John, can I rebuttal that? How can we believe what Trump say when he talked to us and then he talked to people? That he don't like. For example, when he contradicted.
They interviewed his doctors.
No. He got a NDR. Do not something. What is it called when you can't tell or reveal?
Do not resuscitate order.
No, not that. Not that. When you can't speak on something. When you sign a non-disclosure.
Oh, non-disclosure.
All his doctors signed that back in before he even took office. So he cool. All right, so they can't tell anyway.
No, it's not that. It's the HIPAA law. It's the HIPAA law. Even you're protected. Your doctor can't talk about your case without your permission.
Listen, Don, the HIPAA law is automatic. Look it up. You tell me look up shit all day. Look it up. He had the doctors at that particular hospital sign that document saying they can't say nothing without his approval.
Or yours. Your medical records. The doctor cannot talk about you without your permission.
Yeah, that's cool. But he had them sign a double one. He already got the regular one that's basically in law, but he had them sign a form that he can sue them individually if they do. But what I'm trying to tell you, he tell people like the journalist that he spilled all his guts to. He tell him one thing, or he tell somebody in his cabinet one thing, and then they leak it, and he denies saying it, but it's his own voice. But then he tell us something. And then 2 days later, he be on Fox saying he didn't say that or he was just joking. How can we believe this president if he keeps doing
what I don't understand is you said that they have to sign a non-disclosure, but you just admitted that people leak out anyway. So the information comes out anyway.
So, leak information without signing that the document don't get him right to sue them. He didn't breach a contract. He could sue, for example.
Yeah, they did it. They find out that they leaked the information.
Yeah, but we don't know who did it, so anybody could say it. He can't sue a blind person, somebody he don't know who done it. But if he got facts and truth of the matter, he can sue that particular doctor for revealing his information. So but that's defeat the purpose.
Well, me personally, I pay attention more to the actions.
Well, let's talk about what his actions and his what he say. He told the journalist that he likes to downplay coronavirus, but it kills 5 to 10 times more people.
No, he said he wants them. He goes. He doesn't want to scare people, and he doesn't want to put fear in the public.
What I'm trying to, what's fear? He giving us fear already.
It's not fear.
No. But remember what happened with the toilet paper?
Yeah,
look at the toilet paper. Everybody starts hoarding. Everybody starts freaking out.
Yeah, but honestly, John, what are the alternatives? Because people keep saying it's fucking fear. It's a serious issue that people need to proceed with caution. Now you have all information.
Fauci and the CDC.
How a person reacts
Fauci
to
and the CDC and the Surgeon General all said that masks were not needed. They wouldn't help.
No, John.
Okay, that's what they said for the first month.
Let me get 2
they
minutes.
Said that
in this one. I can tell you what he said. He basically said right now is a shortage of masks. He don't want the public to go out and get masks and take away from the doctors and nurses who are saving lives right now. He said, do not get masks.
Then why are we able to make our own masks? Why are we able to make our own masks? Why are we able to use a scarf or whatever you want? Just anything to cover
whatever you want. But I'm just saying,
away from the stockpile.
He didn't want people to take.
He said they weren't effective because people aren't trained on how to use masks properly.
But again, John, you giving me a Band-Aid for a damn gunshot wound. The fact of the matter is, we passed that. You always gonna bring up Dr. Fauci said not to wear masks, or what about the bleach as a damn home remedy, or the ultraviolet light?
Bleach, he said disinfectant. He never said bleach. He said disinfectant.
But what I'm trying to explain to you,
he said, isn't there some way of putting a disinfectant that could go in and do that job?
Yes or no? Is both.
He also mentioned ultraviolet light.
Are they still harmful to the humans? Yes. Disinfection inside your bloodstream is still harmful to you. That medicine that he strongly said was a cure, that could kill a lot of people. It might kill some, but it might kill
to 1% of the population. 1% of the population isn't die from this thing.
No, I'm asking
less than 1% die.
Numbers. I mean, most drugs that's passed through the FDA, it does have risk on it. Okay. But for example, let's say I catch coronavirus. Yeah. And he telling me 1% will die from this medicine, and it's not guaranteed that I'm gonna get cured by it. I'm gonna take it because I'm scared for my life. I don't have no choice. It ain't like an asthma medicine that, you know, a normal asthma insulin has been here for 25 years, and then they come with this new one. And they say, well, you take this right now, you won't have to take it once a month, and you'll be good for asthma. You know, I'm not saying asthma.
Well, hydroxychloroquine has been on the market since the 50s, since the 60s.
The one drug he's talking about, right?
And people don't want to use it because it's only 5 cents a pill. They can't make money on it. So now they want to give you remdesivir, which is like $1,500 a pop, $2,000 a pop.
But then that's the system. That's the system. Even if Trump telling the truth about this medicine, his credibility of telling the truth is horrible. And nobody gonna. If he come out tomorrow with a vaccine,
but he's not a doctor. It's not Dr. Trump.
No,
he's not a doctor.
Then why he keep pushing for medicine that he's not a doctor for?
Because he's a cheerleader for the country. So
he can't cheerlead a medical miracle without having doctors to back it up.
He does.
Did Dr. Fauci say that?
Hydroxychloroquine, there's doctors out there that will back it up. The new drug, that Regeneron. Did
Fauci say that was a good medicine for coronavirus? No. Yes or no? Then why Trump is pushing?
No, I said.
I know. Then I'm asking the question.
Because Fauci's not the final source. Fauci isn't the final source. In fact, Fauci wants us locked down permanently. He said there's more pandemics coming and that we should be locked down. And this is the new future for us. So I don't believe everything Fauci says. You know,
I believe
one person's opinion.
I believe he got more credibility than Trump.
He doesn't have more credibility than some of the other doctors.
He got way more better credibility.
You know,
he got more.
He's the one that set up the lab in Wuhan. He's the one that set up the lab in Wuhan. Okay, he gave them money to help set that all up so they could test coronaviruses.
Well, he didn't do it. He didn't do it himself.
He works with Bill Gates. Okay. Have you read his love letters to Hillary Clinton? Did you read his love letters to Hillary Clinton?
The CDC did that, not him, because he worked for him. That don't mean he did it himself.
No, not the CDC. He worked for the Institute of Health.
No, I'm asking you a question. So basically,
He's
that
the
money
director
came
for the
from his
Institute of
personal
Health.
bank account. Did that money come?
It came from federal funds that they gave out.
Okay, then. So the federal government is
It was
responsible.
a grant that was given with federal money through the Institute of Health.
I'm just saying you can't trust what Trump say, but then, I mean, when he come out with a vaccine for this coronavirus, a lot of people ain't gonna trust it because it's coming from him.
Well, that's their problem. You know, a lot of people do stupid shit. Doesn't mean it's right.
Here's the thing. I don't think there's a cure all for everybody. So it's going to be good for some people. It's going to be good. It's going to be bad for others.
Yeah.
Same thing as a flu.
Well, that Regeneron is supposed to be the drug. That's really the one that he said he's going to provide it for everybody for free.
Yeah, but still, what I'm saying is
I'm waiting to see that come out.
Yeah.
Because see, that's the thing is he got medicine that you and I can't get. You know,
And I don't
got
think
medicine
that's
that you and I, if we got sick, we wouldn't have been able to get it. But he's trying to make it humanitarian to where all of us get it. I'm waiting to see. He hasn't done it yet, but he said he was going to.
But the bottom line is, it ain't free. I mean, the government is going to pay for it. Our taxpayers is still going to pay for it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. So it really is not free. We still gonna pay for it with our taxes. How come that situation?
Yeah, but that benefits us.
No, how come
that benefits us as a society? Because that way you don't have an infected person going around infecting people.
John, how come that situation is free? The same scenario, but healthcare can't be free.
Well, what type of healthcare?
Because some things that are chronic illnesses, you know. That's why.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. If he's saying that this antivirus, and then he basically said in the beginning of the pandemic, nobody going to pay for being sick for coronavirus. We are taking care of everything. That's what he said. Yep. He said this
under Medicare and Medicaid. Yeah, under Medicare and Medicaid.
So my thing is that what I just said, and then you saying that the vaccine is going to be paid by taxpayers because I just said it. And taxpayers who pay taxes, me.
I don't know about the vaccine, but I know about. He said Regeneron.
You know, it's different though, fella, because you're not going to actually see that money coming out. It's not like you have to go up there and you have to pay like for a doctor's fee. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Nothing is free in life, but the thing is, the money that you're paying, you will never even know that you paid it. You just won't. It's not even like fucking paying for gas. You will not know that you paid anything. It's like paying for fucking war. We all pay for fucking war, or all these bombs getting dropped. Yeah. Do you know where?
The federal government gets it cheaper because they buy in bulk, so they get a cheaper price than like when you and I were to get it.
Yeah, well, it's also I think it's also trade and barter too.
The bottom line I want to say is, the whole video was about Obama accomplishment, and then, like I said, you got the scale. Either you go be that Obama did pass something for you, and your scale gonna balance out, or he gonna have something that you think he didn't do for you is gonna bottom out. You know what I'm saying? But he eventually did a lot of stuff for people. When before I got this daycare, was the minute he took office. I don't know, he didn't pass it that soon, but for some reason they offered me health care. But then I had health care for like 6 of them 8 years Obama been in office. And then I got cut. I'm talking about literally cut the hell off. And then it's hard for me to get health care because you're not supposed to discriminate on being overweight, but they do. They do. That's the last question they had. They said, "How much do you weigh?" And then when I told them how much I weighed, they was like, "We can't. You have to call another number." And then I went on the phone for, I say, 20 different phone numbers, 20 different agencies with healthcare, United Healthcare, Molina. I mean, I went through a lot of them, and they all told me the same thing. And I finally got one, and they said my premium's gonna be too high if I want to do it. It's available for me to take that, to do it. But it was so high. It was like $300 a month.
Yeah, it also depends on what state you live in. Because like here in California, we have Kaiser. You would be paying nowhere near that.
Man, I'm talking about when I'm trying to get it on my own, it was like $300 a month, and that would just cover healthcare. It wasn't covering vision. It wasn't covering dental, and then I have to find another company for them 2 things. So, like I said, President Trump, he let me see. The First Step Act, I say is good overall. We'll see if it's gonna pick up any. I mean, is it gonna work? Is the state level gonna pick up on it and start reforming the justice system like that? Hopefully the state will take that as a plan to do it, but they don't have to because it's a federal program. That's something good that he did. But I had I mean, I don't see that he did anything else. I mean, he basically he did something for likewise. I mean, with the Chinese trade thing.
Yeah, but that's because I paid attention to what he implemented. But
no, but that's what I'm saying. But your business reflect on that policy change, right?
Yeah, because I took advantage of it. But
see, you got to understand. I don't have anything coming from China, so that particular policy won't make me happy. So I'm thinking that he didn't do nothing good. But again, like I said, we both looking at it the same way. Trump passed this. It's good for you. It don't really affect me. You know what I'm saying? But
it does affect you. Listen, wait. It does affect you, fella. Because the fact is if more people are working and have money, they can afford to send their kids to your child care business.
Yeah, it also affects your bottom line on taxes as well, because when you go to purchase stuff, so much stuff is made in China that buying clothes and buying all that other shit. I mean, for people who splurge in that shit, yeah, at some point it's going to affect you.
Well, I think thank God that I've been full. I've been full ever since I opened. I mean, I've been having 16 kids. My total was 8 in the morning and 8 in the evening, and I've been full basically since I've been open. Since this Corona hit, I had closed down early, so I don't have a second shift anymore. So I've been having 8. Well, I got a total of 10 kids on my roster now, but they rotate. So I'm good that's still. But once soon I look at the paperwork and see somebody dropping off, I let the parents know your kid is ain't authorized for let's say November. If that's coming up November, I say your kids is authorization is ended in November. Are you going to fix it? They'll be like yes or no, or whatever the reason is. If they say no, they ain't fixing it because they lost their job, then I go out and do my thing. I go out as 5 parents, hand out flyers and stuff. What I do to keep it full. So yeah, I've been maintaining during this Trump era. So I don't have, and this Corona era, I've been maintaining. But again, it's hard when you ain't stressed out or scared for your safety to go to Walmart, and then you go to Walmart and you find out it's no toilet paper or no baby milk that you gotta have for your daycare, or it's no regular whole milk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just using my business as an example.
Yeah, that's from people panicking and hoarding.
Yeah, chaos. But even if Trump would have told the truth, there still would have been the same amount of chaos.
Yeah, well, like I said,
I think it would have been worse.
The only thing I look at it like this is that he has to give you as much information as possible. How you proceed is on you, because we both look at it and look like it came to light that everybody's acting fucking paranoid and stupid. You know what I mean? When it wasn't even necessary. But now, had he not said shit, people would have been pissed at him because they would say, well, you know what? You should have told us because all these people are fucking dying from this shit and getting sick. So it's a catch-22. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It's the old saying that the truth will set you free.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing about that about Trump is that generally Trump is the type of person to tell you, you know what? You don't like it, fuck you. But at least you know. And that's what threw off with the COVID. Had he been blunt and said, hey, you know what, this is what you guys need to do and this is how you need to do it, then people shouldn't have had no problem with him telling them what needed to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But now you see that it's the COVID is increased in mostly all the states. It increased.
Well, actually, it's going to get worse too because it's going into winter.
That's why, man, when you see me out, when my daycare kids, because you can't control other families when the daycare kids come in. I check their temperature. I make sure they ain't got no runny nose and all this other good stuff, and then I just let them play. But it's hard to keep a mask on a 2-year-old or even a 3-year-old. So I can't even make them put one on. But me, I wear me a mask in a minute. Let me hear a sneeze in the house.
Yeah.
I'll put me one on immediately.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't understand the paranoia, honestly, at all, man. Like that shit was stupid to me, the way people were reacting. You know what I mean? Like, the stores were completely empty and all this other stuff. And it was just like, okay, man, you know what? Especially in certain states. I mean, just like it's impossible. This is America. You're not going to run out of food at any point in time. But I just didn't get the general public senses that people's reactions was necessary, and I think that people heard what they wanted to hear and they reacted how they want to react. So him saying the entire truth would not have made it any worse because people had already interpreted it. I mean, what could have been worse than what happened? You know what I mean? As far as like how people reacted, nothing.
You're right, because I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of catching it myself. Like when I go out, because I always wore a mask anyway. I was more like when people knock on my door, I'd be like, "Who you want? Where you been? Who you been around?" Them the questions I asked them. And then if they couldn't tell me who they've been around in the last 20 hours, I make them put a mask on when they come in my house.
Yeah, see, I wasn't even tripping like that. You know what I mean? I was just like, okay, well.
Well, don't forget, likewise, I got diabetes, man, and according to the government, I'm prone to. If I catch it, I might go on a respirator, and I don't want to take that chance.
I mean, I understand that. I just looked at like the way that the paranoia, all that shit went down. Was that like, okay, well, people are running around and scrambling, but within like 1 week, all the streets were fucking empty. Everybody was home. Everybody was doing the thing. So like, there wasn't like this mass panic where, to put it this way, I didn't even see it to where there was panic. I didn't even see it to where there was panic like a Black Friday. You know how Black Fridays are, when motherfuckers are fighting and pulling and you know what I mean, really acting a fucking fool. It didn't even reach that. It didn't reach that level as far as from what I saw. I mean, you know how it is, John. Like when Black Friday and motherfuckers are running there fighting over TVs that they don't even need and all that shit. I never saw too much of that shit with the COVID. I saw skirmishes, but I didn't see all out fucking,
over toilet paper and shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
saw Oops, sorry.
I'm saying in general. Like when we look at the Black Friday shit, that shit was everywhere where motherfuckers are just fighting over shit just to be fighting over shit. Not even shit that they really needed. And the shit that they really needed when the COVID hit, people weren't acting the same as it was a Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you had your skirmishes here and everything, Trucker, but at the same time, you didn't see the stupidity when, you know, at the same time. Black Friday shit was fucking insane. Every year Black Friday's insane. You know, over stupid shit, over motherfuckers trying to save fucking.
You know, the crazy thing about everything that you just said is that even this coronavirus, before this even happened, I did this project with my daycare kids with glitter and showed them how washing your hands and touching shit is dangerous, and you transmit germs and viruses everywhere. So I put glitter on their hands and had them, just play, and it went everywhere. And then I told them wash their hands, and it still wasn't off. You know what I'm saying? So I showed them how to wash their hands real good. But that's the same thing with any virus that if you touch a doorknob or when this first happened, I even was spraying down my mail that the mail lady was dropping off. I was watching my money. I was watching my money that I get from the store. I
ordered a drone that came from China, and I sprayed it down when it came to my doorstep.
I put my change in
that too.
Alcohol bath.
The fear was there.
I washed my money off and let it air dry on a fan. And then after the money thing, I decided not to even carry money with me. I used my card.
There it is. You're speaking the exact agenda that they are pushing, and they're not. It's not even that they're pushing it. We're following right along. Like they just keep dropping another crumb, and we just keep picking it up. Oh, okay. Look, now we got to stay in our house till they tell us we can come out. Then they drop another crumb. Oh, we want to go in public. We got to wear a mask. I mean, they're collapsing our society, and it's well thought out. And it's being played out so well.
John, RBR is talking to you about you, John, or me?
What?
You racist or be racist?
Likewise, I think.
No, RBR just said John is racist in the chat room.
Oh, RBR?
Yeah.
Oh, please. Yeah, everybody is to him. Even you are.
No. I don't believe racism. Everybody is not racist or hate a different race.
No, but RBR does.
But
RBR
I do have
that.
Racism is something taught. It's not. You're not born with it.
That's what you call a troll? I'm new to this. So what he doing is trolling us?
Yep.
Yeah, because he just totally got us off subject.
No. Yeah, he did. But Corey, we was talking about the whole point of this this stream was me talking about what Obama.
Heck yeah. You know what? He had some great accomplishments.
Hey, drop the link, fella.
What Obama?
Fella, drop the link.
Yo, he had some great accomplishments, man. He gutted our military. He sent all our jobs to China. He had accomplishments are great. Obama was wonderful. I'm being very sarcastic.
But
that's dripping with sarcasm. There's nothing he accomplished.
Yeah, he did. I got a whole paperwork. I got a whole thing about it. But if he accomplished it and you don't agree with it, is you gonna say he didn't accomplish it or he did accomplish it?
Well, wait a minute now. What did he accomplish? Does it go along with my beliefs? See, now I'm biblical. I'm biblical beliefs. All right. So homosexuality.
Okay, let me give you number one. That he passed healthcare reform. You agree with that? He passed healthcare reform or no?
Oh man, that was the worst thing he did.
Why was it?
He didn't do nothing good. No. Because first, a friend of mine died from breast cancer because she had preconditions.
Tucker, first-hand experiences, not your friend. What happened to you about Obamacare?
Me, I didn't pay into it.
You don't got no strong views or bad views about it, right? But you're hearing stuff from it, right? So you said your friend died from it or something happened to your friend?
Right, because she had breast cancer and because it was pre-existing, they wouldn't treat her.
Okay. But I don't know if that's part of Obamacare because Obamacare
That's exactly when it broke down.
Listen, they actually cover pre-existing. I'm an example of that. So I know they do. I don't know what's her situation, and I'm sad that she passed away. But if you
that's why I agree with you on personal. I shouldn't be going somebody else's opinion.
Trucker, listen to this, Trucker.
All
Your
right.
friend have a bad experience with Obamacare, right? Now, I'm telling you, I had a good experience, but since you don't know me, Obamacare is horrible, right? You never had no good or bad experience, personal experience with it. All you looking in is your friend died because she couldn't get treated with Obamacare, and I'm telling you that I was treated with Obamacare, and I love it, and it did justice for me. So with them two things you said, he accomplished it, but you just don't like it.
His accomplishments, you can't force something onto somebody. Right? If you didn't get it, they would fine you. You were getting fines on your taxes.
Listen, they force stuff on everybody. Right now, each state forces you to put get insurance for your vehicle. You don't want to do that, but each state forces you to do it. So why is getting forced for healthcare something that's benefiting you different from?
Well, I guess if you look at it from the perspective you just threw at me with the auto insurance, yeah, because then they'd make all kinds of money off you and string you along and just keep milking the taxpayers for their money.
RBR, what's going on?
You guys are racist.
Is this Reese?
You are a coon. This is not Reese. You're coon. Shut up, Coonzilla.
This sound like Mo.
Obama's the black
genius. That's Mo.
Close your legs.
Obama's the black genius, you dumbass.
Controlled by Mo.
Shut up, Coonzilla.
That's Mo.
Close your legs, dumbass.
All right, so
I saw what Kelly did to you this morning. We all got to see what Kelly did.
Trucker. So
what up?
You mean Hammer Geiger?
Obamacare before I mute Reese Mike.
Shut up, Coon.
Petty time.
Personally,
put him in the back show.
He covered 32 million Americans, additional to the people that was already on the CARES Act. So he included 32 extra million people on that policy that he put in effect, that plan. So I'm sorry that your friend passed away because she couldn't get coverage, but like I said, some of Trump accomplishments that y'all think is accomplishments, I don't agree with. I think it's bad. But again, it might be good for you. It might be good for your family. You see what I'm saying? So when this is just an open forum to talk about the so-called Trump, the so-called Obama accomplishment and the so-called Trump accomplishments that we disagree on as accomplishments. Again, they talking about Trump might get the Nobel Peace Prize or something like that. I don't think he made peace in America.
Nope, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. The UN got it.
Shut up, you stupid coon.
The World Food Program got it. Trump
I'm triggered. I'm out of here.
They just gave it out last week.
Reese, come. He left.
It went to the.
All right, so
the Nobel Peace Prize went to the UN Food Program.
I was just gonna say that.
That's fine. That's fine. But even he ended the Iraq War. I mean, that might be bad for some people. It might be good for some people. I'm sure the people.
It was ISIS.
No, can I ask you one question, fella? Let's go back 8 years.
Obama killed a lot of people by drone.
Let's go back 8 years.
He didn't. I think that's horrible. Go ahead, Tucker.
And then let's go back last 3.5 years. And let's think about what we've seen in the headlines. Did we see black people getting killed by cops? Was that making headline news all the time? Were we seeing, all this stuff or these protests on all this stuff? Did we see all that in the last 3.5 years? No, it all sprung up right before the election, right when the Democrats want to start tugging on everybody's heartstrings again.
But again, let me answer that question. But you see that that Obama, okay, you said all his races.
Obama pushed for it.
But you're telling me that all this uproar and all this rioting and shit happened on the Trump watch to make him look bad or whatever.
Right.
But Trump actually went on live TV and told his people that the caravans is coming to kill them. You know what I'm saying? He put fear in Americans.
Not to kill them.
What?
He never said
the
that.
Caravans that were coming out of South America?
No, I'm just saying caravans to do what? What is the caravans coming to the United States for?
They were
why would he
take
scare
our
the American
jobs
people like that?
Why
take
would
our
you think
jobs
this,
and
man? You
everything.
gotta.
Take their jobs.
I
And
need you to step back. I need you to step back and look at the whole entire chessboard, not
What's
just
worse than
two
taking your
pieces.
job is some immigrant coming to your country, taking your job, and okay, let's vote for Trump, and he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing good because again, according to a lot of people on,
I have a question when you get a chance.
They say that he is a lot of people.
I have a question.
Go ahead, ask your question.
All right. Since you're agreeing with Obama, do you agree with Obama's policy when he used to do a drone strike and then wait 15, 20 minutes and drop another drone strike on top of the same place? And it would kill all the first responders that showed up to
the. Okay, first of all, it depends on, was he at war? What was the target?
It was in the Middle East.
Okay, no, that don't give me an answer. Was this a known facility for terrorists?
We don't know what Obama was doing for the Islamic
the original
Brotherhood.
drone strike was supposed to take out terrorists. Like they were having a meeting maybe or something, or a wedding or something, and they would shoot one drone strike in. And then after they would wait a little while for the people to come in to help, and they would drop another one on them.
Listen, I don't agree with killing people because they might become terrorists or they might have a terrorist plot. I mean, that's like that movie
Minority Report.
Minority Report. You can't kill somebody or lock them up for the future that they didn't do yet. So I don't agree with that, John. So I don't want you. I'm telling you right now, John, I do not agree with Obama bombing drone strikes in other countries.
I'm listening.
You'll bring it up later. You'll bring it up later and say, "What about Obama blowing up this?" I was like, I don't agree with that. I'm good.
I know you don't now. I got that.
But if he have intent,
I know. I know your position on abortion. I know your position on abortion too.
Good. But if he had intel on a vehicle driving with 4 people, 3 of them security, and 1 of them is the target, and that is legitimate, verified, triple check, double check, and single check, blow the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's only 4 people, and all of them know what his boss was doing. I mean, if you don't associate with no criminal, then you won't get killed. That's my opinion on that.
Well, but, this was at weddings and restaurants and stuff.
Babies, kids, mothers.
Hey, fella, how'd you feel about Obama bowing to the King of Saudi Arabia or the Prince of Saudi Arabia?
Let me ask you a question.
How do you feel about your president?
Let me ask you this one question. Is there tradition is to nod their heads?
No, he bowed.
I'm asking you, is that their tradition?
I don't know what their tradition is.
Well,
as the American president, we don't participate in any other tradition but our own.
No, you don't. No, we don't.
So,
well, the thing is that the president represents us.
Bowing to Japanese
when
people
he bowed,
is common.
That meant everybody in the United States bowed down to them.
No, that's what that implemented. Yes, exactly. That's what it showed.
People gonna read what they want to read. People read what into
whatever because he represent. It wasn't just Obama by himself. He represented us because he was there as a president, and therefore he represents all of us.
That's what I asked you.
This, though, if that's their custom, I'm not saying it is, but if that's their custom to nod or to bow, like whatever, ours is the handshake. Now, if Obama would have went to him and tried to handshake him, and he basically doved him, basically didn't do it, that would have been a sign of great disrespect.
That's happened with plenty of presidents.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is, from the eye of the beholder is the crime. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I might see that Obama was showing respect, and he did what he had to do, but our other people's like, oh, Obama bowing down to the enemy or whatever.
That's not cultural appropriation when he does that. Then
I don't want to look deep into deep into that. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
because you're saying that he should do like what they're doing.
Every situation different, John. You know this. I mean, every situation different. First of all, we might come deep into another country. I'm talking about the president might have 30, 40 people with him. But don't forget, that's the other country. If they want to wipe us out, if they want to wipe our president out right there and start a war, they could have did that right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So the idea is to be respectful. Even when Trump met with Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is,
yeah,
it could have been disastrously for the United States, even Kim, even him. You know what I'm saying? It could have been horrible for both. Trump could have been like, I don't like the way Rocket Man looking, and told his Secret Service to kill him. You know, whatever. I mean, whatever the situation is. But it could have started another war right then and there. But these hypotheticals is not what we need. I mean, was he disrespectful to the United States when he bowed, or was he showing respect when he bowed? I don't know. I can't tell you what he's doing. But you know, again,
well, let's look at here. Let's look at Obama's Muslim, but Muslims bow to each other.
No, let's look at it like Obama is black, and every black person I know bow to each other. We need to give him that head nod. Every person. You walking down the street and you see another black family walking down the street, without even saying, "Hey, what's up?" You be like, "That's all you do."
You give them a nod. You give them the nod.
See, that's a form of what we do, a gesture without knowing it. You know what I'm saying? A sign of respect that I acknowledge you, you acknowledge me. You know what I'm saying? But again, we can't say what Obama meant to do or meant to be or whatever. We only got what he wrote down and put in policy. But again, a lot of stuff that he did, y'all wouldn't agree that he did it. He saved the auto company. But again, a lot of people on y'all left is screaming that he should have let it collapse. Should Trump let the airlines collapse? I don't think he should. I don't think he is gonna let it collapse. Because we need airlines.
Well, see, the thing is with some conservatives, they don't believe that the government should be involved with private businesses like that. Picking winners or losers or
private businesses. The private businesses is making the economy better. You know what I'm saying? Without the airlines, somebody gonna probably take the place, but it ain't gonna come immediately. It's gonna take about 6 to 7 years for a new airline to come in, unless it get absorbed by another airline, and then it's gonna be a bigger airline. But then again, we need it right away. If this economy, I mean not the economy, but if this pandemic, for example, let's say they came up with a cure next week, or even after the election or whatever, and it is good. It shows good promises. 93% of the people survived, and it's good. It's a good vaccine. Okay, that means the world is coming. The world is woke back up. We back in effect. The economy gonna start booming. And after the election, and find out Trump did another Hillary on our ass, and he the president again. He gonna take full credit for this turnaround. You know what I'm saying? We saved not just the fucking United States. Trump gonna say I took care of the fucking world.
That's because he implemented stuff. He implemented all this stuff.
The point of view,
Operation Warp Speed, all that.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I'm not shitting on his accomplishments, but what I'm saying is, I could give this man accomplished. I could say, yeah, this man did that. He put this in effect. He did this to make this vaccine get pushed through. Yeah, I can see that. But in the same sense, the ones on the left can't tell me that Obama did anything right, ever. They don't want to get
on the right. You mean on the right?
Yeah.
You mean on the right?
Right. I'm sorry. Whichever one is y'all's, left or right. You know, I'm in the middle. Shit.
What do you mean y'all's?
I ain't a left or a right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm an independent. I see things as it is. Like when I'm arguing with pro-life warriors, she talked about abortion. I say,
hey, why did you tell me why you're going to vote for Biden?
We need something different. That's the only reason.
After 47 years, he's different.
No,
after 47 years in government,
that's like being a basketball player for 24 years. I mean, you been playing basketball and you can't make plays because your coach don't want to give you the play. So he telling you to take it up to the left, but you know you better on the right. You can't do nothing because your coach is telling you to take it to the left. So if that player is old enough to become the coach,
so
now
he's 76 years old. Now all of a sudden he's got all the answers.
No, he don't have all the answers. That's why he go like Trump. He didn't have all the answers. He's supposed to have put his crew, his cabinet together. So now that he a coach, he can say, "Well, take it."
You
up
don't
to the
think
right.
some of his comments that he's done and some of his actions weren't racist?
Trump got racist comments. Everybody got racist comments. I'm not shitting on Trump because he's racist. I ain't shitting on
Biden was against killing Osama bin Laden.
My opinion,
when Obama wanted to kill Osama bin Laden.
Take this. Listen, John, you can take this and write it down in your journal. And
Biden
say, John,
no.
Say, fella said this on live on a live stream that I feel that anybody over 70 that's white, a white man, had some type of racism in them, or it was taught to be a bias towards another group. I think they was taught this, not because they wanted to do it, because that's what they learned as a child. So if you 70, 69, I give it 65 and older, that generation that's gonna be gone in 20 more years or 10 more years. Not pray to God they live longer, but I'm just giving them 10. Them the type of people that was born into that environment of acceptable racism. You know what I'm saying? So that's Biden, that's Trump, that's Pence, that's all the people all the older men that's in Congress have a bias against black people, minorities, Mexicans, Asians, anybody that ain't white. And that's my opinion on that. It ain't no fact, it's opinion. Only my opinion. Like John, I don't know what your race is. But if you was teaching your son, let's say you had a son, and you just basically teach your son the same thing work was trying to teach black kids to be only for white people and fuck all the other races, and basically that is still a racist thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what you think, Corey?
The definition of racism is blurred to death. I mean, because you are Asian and you talk strongly about being Asian to your family, that should not make you a racist. It shouldn't make you a racist if you talk.
No. You're absolutely right. But saying that different races to stay away from them and like don't do no business with black people because they shady, or I mean, you could take that as like a racist statement, or you could like, oh, that's good looking, pops. You telling me the right shit, you know what I'm saying? But all black people ain't shady.
That's true. But however, every group of people come with something positive about them, and they also come with something that some would refer to as negative. Even though within their culture, they may not see it as a negative, but other cultures may see it as something that's negative. You know what I'm
saying? My cousin is half Salvadorian. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, and she's black. Okay, and she say when she go visit her people's in Chicago that basically whole family is that race. Right. They ain't racist, but then she could see them rubbing off, treating them wrong or being bogus to them just because they're black. You know what I'm saying? She said they ain't racist, but that's what they was taught. You know what I'm saying? But I said, Angie, but if they treat them differently, wouldn't they consider being biased or being racist? But she said it's not a hateful intent. She basically put it like this: a racist have to have a hateful intent behind their racism to be full blown racist. I kind of agree. I mean, because you could have a white guy down the street that minding his own business but don't associate with black people. He'll wave and say hi and bye, but he don't deal with them. That ain't a racist. That's a person who want to stay by himself or be around the people that he know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it shouldn't be nothing wrong with that.
It shouldn't be nothing wrong with that.
Word racism, period. The word itself is a self-destructive word that's meant to tear families apart. You know what I'm saying? Because if you teaching your kid, like the word racism came around when what's that shit called? What they integration. Racism is basically another word for integration. So when integration came around, you know your kids are gonna be integrated with other kids, and so now you in the home talking to your kid about being a strong white guy or a strong Chinese or a strong Jamaican or whatever you telling your kid to be strong within himself, which is teaching himself strength first because that's who he is. But when he go to school and he make friends with other nationalities, now your rhetoric that you talking to your kid about looks as if you're against everybody else. So now your kid thinks you're the racist dad talking to him, and then he don't discover really what's going on until he's our age. Now he can see for himself what his dad was trying to tell him. So the word racism, which was brought into the English language in 1902, that was implemented in there to make people, make your family kind of fucked up. Just like you're supposed to teach your kids about being who you are first, and there's nothing racist about that. I don't care what nationality you is. There's nothing racism about teaching your kids about who the hell they is. Or if you teaching your daughter to, hey, listen, I want you to have babies by alike people that you are. I want you to have a kid by somebody that's like you. That's nothing racist about that shit. You know what I'm saying? A white dude telling his white daughter to have a white baby, ain't no motherfucking racist about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all he doing is telling him, hey, just do that. That's all I'm asking.
But again, when him telling his daughter to do that,
right?
And she is it a statement, or is it a request, or is it a demand? Because if it's
all of that.
No, but if it's a demand and she don't do it and she get a black boyfriend, what's the outcome? Is she disowned? She kicked out? Is she
Well, just depends on how strongly he feel about that. Like,
but again, if he's not racist, it should be to the extreme. What you think, John?
He's still not a racist though.
Well, in the Middle East, they believe in honor killing. So if you told your daughter not to do something, or they'll kill their own child.
Yeah.
Or their whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we ain't in the Middle East.
I'm not down with that, but I have to.
I mean,
recognize my heritage.
And what's your heritage, John? I know you said you was from the middle. What your ancestors from the Middle East?
Yeah, my dad. Everybody. Yeah.
We keep mixing, man. We all going.
So your view. I'm sorry, Corey, but your views of the world is different because you probably know motherfuckers who got damn bummed by the fucking Obama era. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? I mean, I know you in this country and you're 100% a patriot, but when we get false intel on certain situations and we act too fast, and then you said you were saying that somebody was it you that said it was a wedding that got bombed?
Yeah,
that's horrible. And was it even the right people?
They said he never showed up. The person they were going to get.
He bummed his whole family, and he didn't show up. And not that. Now he mad. He even more madder because the United States destroyed his whole family and friends. Now he fucking
and the people at the wedding that survived. People at the wedding that survived. Now they hate America because of that.
Yeah, now they radical.
So all you did was raise a bunch of people to hate America more.
Yeah, if they wasn't a fucking radical terrorist,
resolving the issue.
They want now. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm teaching since I'm mixed, I'm on the fence. I'm teaching my family to love who they want to love. Be with whoever they want to be with. As long as they make them happy and ain't beating on them and stuff like that. So I'm cool with it. My son.
Well, I've been called a race trader quite a few times.
for dating outside your race?
They're in my race, but because I don't subscribe to those principles, you know,
hold on, you dating?
I don't believe in all that shit.
Oh, I'm confused. You dating somebody that's in your culture
Outside my race?
Outside
no,
your
I'm
race.
dating someone outside my. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody's family. But I know
But it's
Corey.
like you said, you fall in love with the people around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're around this, you know, a different race or other people, you know, that's what's gonna
Corey,
happen.
let me ask you that though.
What?
That's fine and dandy. But let's say you telling your sons that they should only hook up with black women that resembles their mother and all that. That's good and dandy. But then you hit the lottery or you get a better job and you making 6 figures and then you move your kids to a all white neighborhood. That's all they gonna see is these white chicks. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be hard for them to apply by what you want because there's no black women in their neighborhood.
Oh,
so would you be all right if they dated a white woman under them circumstances? Because you know, like they say, black on black crime is only done because there's no other race near you to do crime.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you love by community, I guess. What you think?
Well, I mean, I guess it's like it's a lot more parts to it than all of that. First, when it comes to racism and shit like that, you gotta to me, you have to consider what the race is. The race starts with the man ultimately. That's why women follow men. So if the woman follows a man, and that's how it's supposed to be, then that would mean that whatever race you are as a woman, if my daughter try to go date a white, then she's ultimately following the his leadership.
Corey, I don't know, man, because let's say you move to the suburbs and you're in a gated community and it's like 300 houses in that gated community and all of it's white, but you rich enough to get that motherfucking $500,000 house and you living good, and then your kids is 8, 9 when you do it. As they grow up, 9, 10, 11, 12, they playing with the neighborhood kids. 13, they going to the damn community pool, even though you got one in your yard. I'm just saying they mingling with the neighborhood, and the neighborhood is not racist because it ain't 1950. I mean, it's the now era. You know what I'm saying? And it's more acceptable that you can do that. So now your kids is 13, 14, 15. They're growing up 16, 17, and then 15, 16. They got a little crush now. Ain't no black people. It's kind of hard to say that you only want them to date black people if you're not giving them a choices of black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's why I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that. Yeah, but again, a lot of people don't think like you, Corey.
I know.
I feel that if, for example, even that black on black crime scenario, and it's like, well, black people care, so Black Lives Matter. Why they don't care about black on black crime? Well, if you think about it, crime is crime. You know what I'm saying? You kill, you murder, you rape, you steal from your community that you live in. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen. Your crime rate is gonna be on black crime in that particular area. Just like white folks. White folks gonna kill whoever near them and rape whoever near them.
It's China on China crime.
Yeah, but nobody speak of that. But they wanna downplay black on black. I mean, Black Lives Matter, because they think that black people don't care about black people. We do. I can't. If I see now, for example, I've seen this guy. Me and Rita seen this guy getting robbed at the park down the street from us on Atkinson on 29th and 20 on Atkinson, the Atkinson Park. We stayed on 25th, 26th and Atkinson, 26th and Ruby. Right, the park is right there, Corey. So we seeing this dude getting robbed. They was shooting dice, and dude pulled a gun out on him and say, "Give me your money." It's like, we see that crime right in front of us. Now we got two choices to say. We can intervene and get killed ourselves, or we could just let that shit happen and pray for the best. Me being me, I was like, hey man, you don't want to do that right now. And I pulled off. That's all I can say. I didn't know what happened at the end. I just know that he was about to get robbed, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, that's you got a camera phone now. You can put it on tape.
No, that's too much of witness. That was too close to home. Now, Corey, if I was down the street on the east side or the south side, yeah, I've been recording all day long. But when it's too close to my house and they can pinpoint my big ass, no.
Well, yeah. I mean, racism is a you know, first people don't. They don't.
Do you think BLM is a cult? Black Lives Matter is a cult, or just a movement?
No, it's not a cult. It's an organization.
But you know how they screaming the Black Lives Matter is an organization, and the Proud Boys is an organization, and the Proud Boys get labeled racism and racist and all this other stuff. But then Antifa is not an organization; it's just a movement, and people don't understand the difference.
But everything is gonna be either an organization, a cult, or whatever the case, whatever name you want to call it, because it ain't backed up by the government. So anytime you got any kind of organization that ain't backed up by the government, then of course it's always going to be some kind of terrorist group or organization or anything. You can't start shit unless it's got to do with the government and without it getting a title to it, with it getting labeled to something. So you know, that's the whole thing about, you know, start organizations in a country. Like, yeah, you can't go nowhere. You can't go to another foreign country and start no organization like that, because the country ain't gonna bag that shit up. Like over there, who you was talking about, was that Kim Jong-un shit?
Yeah,
you can't start shit over there because
no, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't bagged up by the government. So the same thing go with America, except for that, you know, they throw that freedom word in there. You free to do this, you free to do that. That just means, yeah, you can do that shit, but all we gonna do is observe your shit and
no,
watch.
even they trying to take our freedoms. We got the freedom to protest, but then now they trying to implement a law that basically if we in the streets, then they can arrest us. But then how can we protest if we can't go on the streets?
And hey, if you was really free, then what the fuck you need a passport to go out of the country?
I mean, you free to roam our country, but you ain't free to go to nobody else's country without permission.
Shit.
But even being free here, you really ain't free, because you got to pay sales tax, you got to pay income tax, you got to pay property tax, you got to pay automotive tax, you got to pay tax and up the ass. And if you don't get a job, if you don't have income, then you basically living homeless, and then that ain't no life to live, to be homeless.
Yeah, but it's worse than other countries. I've lived all over the world, and believe me, other countries are a lot harder. You want to see taxes, try to go to Europe, man.
Oh yeah,
they tax you for everything. They tax you for taxes even.
I can imagine.
I mean, they tax everything.
They even tax America. It ain't no fluke why America's so concerned about Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, what other country do we even know who the fuck they queens and kings are over there? We don't know none of them motherfuckers. But when it comes to Europe and all that, we know all of their people. Got to be something to that too.
Yeah, because when I was overseas in school, because my dad was in the military before I was in the military, so I traveled with him, and we would learn the history of whatever country we're in. And I was like, we never learned this in school in the United States.
Right?
They don't teach that shit.
Oh, so that means if you teaching something about Europe, then that means somehow they must be a part of your community without you even knowing it. So that's the reason why You know what I'm saying? Like they don't teach you about like I said, about kings or queens in any other country, but yet we got a Queen Diana, the Princess Diana, or Queen.
But you know how a lot of wars start by the government itself. The government plot to do stuff to certain people and to spark something up. Like even the Iraq war, we went in there under false pretense to begin with. A lot of people saying it was for the oil, it was to liberate. I don't care. We lost a lot of people. They definitely lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. I mean, a dictator was took it down. That's good and dandy, but was it worth a lot of people's lives overall?
At the end of the day, what you really got to understand is that follow the money. Anytime you got any kind of problems, it's something economic going on somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you know it ain't.
And you got to remember, Dick Cheney was part owner of Halliburton, who supplied all the troops in the Middle East with food and equipment and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So as vice president, you know, he was making money on that shit.
Absolutely, because it's always about.
But they get mad at Trump for doing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Trump.
Yeah. Well, Bush, man, he screwed the United States because he didn't do nothing for the economy. That's why all the banks went under. Everybody, housing prices dropped. He didn't do nothing for the economy. All he cared about was the war in Iraq and in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but then we
he really didn't even care about Afghanistan. He mostly cared about Iraq.
Yeah, but then look who took over and got a rough deal on the situation. I mean, to be a president for 8 years who took over with a shitty ass economy, and all the shit was going against Obama from the first 3 months that he was in office. I mean, for him to turn around and make it look good, to get shitted on when Trump get in office, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I don't agree with that. I mean, it might not be some stuff y'all want to hear as Republicans, but Obama did an amazing job to get us out the shithole that we was in.
Yeah, well, everybody banks on people having a short-term memory. If everybody memory was good, they couldn't do shit in the politics because we will remember every fucking thing that somebody did. But shit, as long as they keep on making everybody forget shit, then we always gonna be screwed. It's all the system is. I mean, man, it's set up. Hey, it really don't matter who the fuck in office, really.
What's going on? Who this?
SI.
Who was that jumping in?
I don't know.
SI.
But I opened the panel for everybody.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta go make a run. I gotta go pick up dinner real fast. I'll be back in about 20 minutes if you're still on.
Where's fried chicken?
All right, man. I'll talk to you in a minute, John.
I'll be back. All right.
Yeah, but my original title was accomplishments that Obama did. And I got 50 things that he accomplished, but according to the Republicans,
somebody
he didn't accomplish shit.
Huh? There's a lady on there trying to come to you.
SI. I don't know.
SI, what that mean? Social injustice?
Who is that? Is that Carol? Oh, she's funny.
I can't even answer.
Hey, Carol.
She can't hear you. So I can't even say.
She's funny.
So, hey, whoever that is, they about to have a good time. You see that lotion in front of them, right?
You fool. They moved that lotion, huh?
Got that lotion. What's that, Jergens?
They talking about you. I think they talking about your lotion.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. No, it's hand sanitizer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't want to use that? You'll burn some shit up.
They say you don't want to use that.
All right, so back to what I was saying about Obama accomplishments. Like I said, I got 5 Obama accomplishments printed right in front of me. But when Republicans get on my channel, they scream, they forget that he did it, or it didn't help them, so they don't acknowledge that he did it.
Right.
So, but Trump, he the king of the world. You know what I'm saying? He kept the Mexicans out. Mexico paid for the wall. No, he didn't pay for the wall.
I was about to say the Mexicans did not pay for the wall. He did not build no wall. What he did was do a 3-mile extension.
But according to
what was there already.
Yeah, true that. I agree. But according to people in my chat room, Trump built 350 miles of wall.
That is a lie. He built 3 miles of new wall. What he did was refurbish the existing wall.
Yeah, I know.
That, I guess you can.
I told him, I said the money they allocated for the repair the wall, he took that and tried to build new wall, but that Congress stopped him from doing that.
Exactly.
But the auto industry, Obama saved the auto industry. He passed health care. He reformed Wall Street. I mean, I got a list of shit that he did that, according to Republicans,
I'm about to send it to my phone.
He didn't do anything for them.
What else he do? But keep going. What was?
Okay, I got you then. I'm so used to talking to Republicans, they want me to stop at number 3. He ended the Iraq War. He wind down the Afghanistan war. That means he brought troops home. He killed Osama bin Laden on his watch. He turned the U.S. Auto industry around by giving $62 billion in federal money that they paid back. So it wasn't like they just gave it to him for free. The auto industry actually paid them back over a couple years. And he created, with that bailout, they created 100,000 new jobs in 2011 from it.
You know what's the most important thing that he did that nobody recognized him for, even his own motherfucking people?
What?
He took a brown woman all the way with him when he did it.
True that. He did. And plus he gave us Obama phones. Everybody got an Obama phone. Everybody and their mama, little kids in daycare. I'm like, what you doing? I'm texting my mama. How you get a phone? I got my Obama phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But they don't. Yeah, he gave up plenty shit though.
You left for a minute.
No, what people?
Let me keep going. He recapitalized the bank. They made it more harder for them to just be taking money and doing stupidly stuff with it. He repealed "Don't Ask and Don't Tell." Basically, he made that a standard. Basically, who cares if the person gay in the military? I understand your views, Corey, on being gay, so I don't want to go deep into that. But I'm just saying he made it easier for gay people to join the military. That's good. I don't care who is fighting, as long as they protected me when I'm out there with them. You know what I'm saying?
Who is that in your thing, dog?
Who what?
Somebody else?
Yeah, they is. I think they driving.
Oh yeah, we driving.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing. You cutting off because I'm going through a heavily wooded area.
Oh man, put your seatbelt on.
It is on. I never drive without it.
A heavily wooded area. That's not scary.
Yeah, it's up, but no, it's heavily wooded. No, I'm on the freeway, but it's like woods all on the side of me. I'm not in the I'm not like on the street.
In an Outback.
I'm coming from Riverdale. If y'all know anything about Atlanta, I'm coming from Riverdale going to Atlanta, the city.
Oh, you in the ATL?
Yeah.
But you know what? The most one I'm okay with what Obama did that affected me personally is he passed the healthcare reform to give me healthcare. Now, I appreciate him for that.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, I gotta love that if it benefit me personally. So when the people be screaming that Obama didn't do nothing, I be like, he did Obamacare. Oh, F Obamacare, that was the worst thing he ever did. Not for
Yeah,
me.
that's what I hear. I hear a lot of black people saying that it was the worst thing because it was. I guess they were made to pay into it, and you would be penalized on your taxes
It
if
was
you weren't.
for small. I mean, that's the only problem with it was, Kara. It was the people with small businesses that couldn't afford health care that just wanted to opt out for not having health care altogether, but they was made to get health care. So in
Yeah.
a sense, if they was, let's say if they was healthy for the 8 years that Obama, or the 5 years that, or was it 6 years that, 4 years that passed when Obama passed it, they had to pay into it.
Right.
But let's just say for some strange reason that you are 25, 26, and you Obama passed it when you was 26, you healthy, you pretty much healthy. But let's say in 6 months after he passed it that he made you get it, you found out you had a lump in your chest. You know what I'm saying? You get to go to the hospital for free because you paid into it, and you got that operation that you desperately needed, or that chemo that you desperately needed because you have that insurance. So it's the sense that people hated the fact that they had to pay into something that they wasn't going to use,
Yeah.
but
You know
they
that
don't know they wasn't going to use it
And
until
then
they
another
had to
thing
use
about
it.
it,
we don't
and then
like
another
that.
thing about it is it what? Oh,
I
another
said
thing about it is it
I don't
covers
like
pre-existing conditions. That's one thing I like because a lot of
They
people can't
do.
get insurance because of pre-existing conditions, and that's why I don't. For me, the good outweighs the. It's more good to it than it is bad because if you look at Canada, they have a universal, like medical.
free health.
Everybody is covered for free, and they are very healthy over here. Why is it that America, even when Michelle Obama was first lady, and her initiative was to get young people to eat better and get out here exercising, they went after her. The fast food industry went after her hard. So why is it that you want to charge us? You know what I'm saying? Preventive medicine, preventive care is better for me. If you eat right, you exercise, you try to prevent all these, diabetes or whatever. That's better. That to me, it looks like you would want to have that. You would want to have that in America, the nation of the free. You know what I'm saying? You would want to have that, but they don't. They don't want to have that. These big fast food companies, they fought Michelle Obama so tough on her Get Fit initiative. Like, but then you fight us with insurance. Like, it's a double standard to me. That's just to me, if you could kind of understand what I'm saying.
I completely agree with all the stuff you're saying. I was happy that she was trying to change the lunches in the schools.
Yes, and
For
planting
10 years,
gardens and eating
it's
whole
been
and eating
it's been
fresh
the
and
same
stuff
for
like
10 years before they took office. The same goddamn lunches.
I was
Macaroni
I
legs, mashed potatoes.
that. I used
What
to
do you
like
think?
smart chicken legs.
I know, but think about it. If they would have had a salad bar, I mean, they would have gave the kids a choice.
Hey, that pizza was good as hell.
don't even have to be something that's like bland. You can have, fresh fruits and vegetables. And if you teach these kids at a young age how to eat properly, I'm not saying X out fast food all the time, but if because I eat fast food, but I also eat healthy. If you teach our kids at a young age how to get out here and get fit and eat right, then our health will be better. You go into the hood, you see a young girl, in my experience, you'll see a young girl pushing around a baby carriage. You go into a white hood, you'll see a young girl jogging or maybe walking, eating an apple. Come on now.
Yeah. That's because we don't teach our children the way we supposed to teach them. But because
Exactly.
if we get handed down knowledge, and our knowledge that was handed down probably wasn't the best knowledge to get handed down. So I mean,
or because in our neighborhoods, the price of groceries and the price to eat right is sky fucking high.
Oh my God, I went to Whole Foods, man. For one
yes,
fucking salad, I almost spent $75.
and it's ridiculous because it
I mean,
doesn't really have to be that expensive.
I'm not trying to exaggerate the price. I'm talking about the salad for a dinner for my whole family, and that's
But
like,
that's what I'm saying. It
you know
doesn't
what I'm
have
saying?
to be that expensive. You could go to Burger King right now and get 5 cheeseburgers, 5 French fries, 5 drinks, and 5 apple pies for $5. But you go try to get a damn salad, and that damn salad with lettuce and tomato and cheese is $15. Come on now. It don't have to be like that, but that's because they make it like that. In the hood, they put all of, look how many fast food restaurants on every single, you got Burger King across the street from McDonald's, Wendy's down the street from Cracker Barrel. Like, but you don't have anything that would teach our kids how to eat wholesome and not that shit all the time.
Yeah, well,
and that's why we die of diabetes. And that's why we die of diabetes, hypertension.
Yeah.
All that is black.
But, however, that's not their job to teach our kids. That's our job.
Absolutely. I'm saying this. It's our job to teach our children. But when you're doing gentrification and you reconstruction and you doing all, why do you put all that shit in our neighborhood? It's up to us to say no. Like, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. But if you put it there, that's what you give. That's what the government gives us. That's how much they think about us. It's not their job. But if I'm teaching my daughter, eat a salad, eat an apple, when you go to school, eat this and eat that. If they don't have that, well, she going to starve all day in school. She just going to go to the norm. So they can implement that. They can implement that in our schools. They can implement that in, in the neighborhood schools or stuff like that. And we can follow through on that teaching. And the parents that don't know, they can hand out literature.
What about your kid taking a bag?
You said what?
What about waking up in the morning and getting the bag lunch ready for your kid?
And that's good, but when you don't, I'm not offering any excuse, but when you have parents that have not been taught to eat right, or when you have parents that have not come from that, or have not even had a clue, not because they don't want to, because they don't know. They're passing down what they know.
You know what? It's the same thing, though, Kira. Listen, it's the same thing that I've been telling a lot of people. You know, they built a new a park, when they took Moody Poo down, they built a new park on 23rd and Burleigh. And I was saying to myself, we do not need no more basketball courts. Let's get these different. Yeah, I'm here.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm like, oh, hello. That's true.
We don't need no more basketball courts. Let them put something different in our communities that make the kid play something different. And guess what? They put a tennis court over there at first. I don't know if they tore it down, but when they first opened up the new Moody Park, they had tennis courts in there. And nobody knew how to play, of course, but they still put it in the neighborhood.
And see, I'm all for teaching our black kids sports and all that. Yeah, okay. But why not just take those dollars and implement a coding class, maybe inside the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club? Why not implement coding for the future? Because that's the future. Why not put that in there? Take those same dollars and bring in a professional to teach our boys and girls at the Boys and Girls Club.
You're right. In a couple of schools, they put that as a language now. You know, if you take up a like Spanish or French, they actually put coding in as a language, so you can actually learn coding instead of a traditional language.
And that's good because that's our future. But when you don't tell the parents, look, this is, when you don't have a communication with the parents, and maybe some parents don't, they're not into it, but I think that kids can teach themselves. It's not the government's job to teach our children, but like if you come from brokenness and when you come from lack of knowledge, how are you going to teach your kids unless you have help?
You have to break your train of thinking. That's the same thing with credit, finances. Without knowing this information,
exactly,
you burn your shit up the minute you get 18. Exactly. You're gonna have 5 different cell phones in your name.
Let me tell you something, and nobody, you know what, and this is because I read a lot or whatever, and I try to educate myself. But Honor, my 15-year-old has a credit score of 800 right now because I nurtured that and I babysat that. And when she get 18, she has a fighting fucking chance out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I teach her about credit. I started her off as an authorized user on my credit. And I teach her, look, this is what you spend, this is what you pay. You don't have it, you can't pay it, you don't spend it. You get allowance, you take your allowance, you pay your bills. Like, you have to teach your kids that. But if you don't know that, so somebody needs to teach the parents, and then the parents can pass that down. Then we can have those kind of classes in our community.
Carolyn, you want to come on? I'm going to put the link in the chat room.
Huh?
I see people in my chat room.
Half a mile, continue straight to stay on I-85 north.
If they want to come on, they just got to hit that link so they can come on. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. We need to, but my generation is over with. The only thing I could teach is my grandkids the same shit that I want to teach my sons and daughters. So I'm gonna teach my grandson
Continue straight to stay on I-85 North.
But fella, I
all the
don't
shit
think.
that I was taught but wasn't taught. I mean,
But it's
I had
not
to go to
over.
a whole different family to get some of the knowledge that I
Yeah.
got now.
But the knowledge that you have acquired, it's not too late for your generation. It ain't never too late for
I'm
any
just saying,
generation.
my son is 21 and my daughter, you know, they older. I don't have to. I mean, I can still mentor them, but I don't have to drive to their client every day. That's why I said my grandkids is young, and I can influence their life a lot by giving them this knowledge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could tell
Yeah.
my grandson when he come over, and let's say he turns 6 and 7, I could say, why you sitting on the couch on your tab? Why don't you get up and go outside and exercise? I could give him that advice because I see that he need exercise, and I don't want him on that tablet all day. But if we get into the same
Right.
every day, he gonna be on that tablet and be on the couch. Next thing you know, he gonna gain weight. He gonna be obese, and then next you know, he got diabetes, and he following the same goddamn footprints that I was in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want him in that.
Not
You breaking up.
if you not,
You breaking up. You sound like a
and
DJ.
if you're not wearing your eyes up, huh?
You breaking up like a DJ. I can't hear you.
Oh, because I'm dry. Okay.
Hold on. Now you got completely out.
Well, see the thing, fella, the thing, man. Until we understand how to receive and to be able to understand what strategy is, we ain't gonna never amount to nothing as a people because we don't have the word strategy in our DNA. We don't strategize. You got to start strategizing some kind of way, and you got to strategize from the very beginning, not when your kid turned 13 or when they get
younger
as they do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I say you got to start putting it in their mind real young.
You got strategizing start before you even have kids.
No, you strategize before you have kids, but then you make it, you branch out when they be born. You keep it going.
Man, I'm telling you, like, just from about what I be seeing, man, we just not strategy people. We just people that let things happen to us, and then we do small strategies. So if it's we don't fight the war, we fight battles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at us. We just some battle fighting motherfuckers. That's all it is. I mean, until we figure out that this shit is not about no battle, it's about a war. Then you can strategize right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't strategize. It's just, I don't know. It's hard. I'm almost to the verge of like giving up on some shit because it's like, man, motherfuckers don't want to start from the beginning. Everybody want to get older and then want to take it from there and as they older, but they still ain't working on the kids, still ain't working on the youth, still ain't working on the small shit like cleanliness is next to godliness. That's the first thing we need to work on, just being clean from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just neighborhood wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, motherfuckers ain't gonna never get their mind right if you go outside and the ghetto is filthy. Your mind ain't gonna never be right. Because it's all scrambled. Like it's like when you clean up your house and you come back home and your shit clean, you feel better. Versus when you go somewhere and then
you gotta come back to a mess.
Man, that's how you feel. You feel fucked up. Like, damn, now you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's an everyday thing with us. Every time we walk out into the street, like right now, you get up, walk outside, and look in your neighborhood, you're gonna be like, God damn it, and then go into the alley or something. It's really fucked up in the alleys, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna never think right. Like, oh man.
I'll be mad when I see me sitting on my porch and then I see somebody drive down. First they speed, and the next thing you know, they throwing a McDonald's bag out the car.
The big bag too, the one with
that's crazy.
No, but I'm saying that's the strategy though. So if the strategy is you got to start from somewhere. Everybody want to change things on the big level. Oh, you got to get money. You got to do that. You got to do that. No, you got to do the small shit. You got to do the small shit first. You know what I'm saying? The small shit is keep this motherfucker clean, then everybody will change. The women gonna change because they see, oh, it's clean around here. They gonna act. It's like what taking a nigga from here and then putting them out there in the white neighborhood. They gonna start acting different just because it's clean.
Mm-hmm.
That same nigga that you just saw throw something out your motherfucking out the car. Let him go out there to another motherfucking neighborhood. I bet you won't never catch that nigga throwing nothing in there. He gonna start throwing shit in garbages and shit like that. Start trying to act like he a part of their community. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be seeing that shit. I be like, man, we got to do the small thing. That's what the little organization I got is about, man. That first thing is about cleaning. Get the neighborhood clean. Motherfuckers be expecting they women to have the house clean, but the nigga ain't picked up shit outside. But then you want to talk about her when you get in the house. This bitch got a nasty ass house. Well, nigga, your daughter can't even go outside because there's fucking glass on the ground, motherfucker. You ain't even cleaning up the outside. About her in the inside. So I don't know, man. We got to start right there first. If you want to start with something, that's what we need to start at. Let's get us a little thing. I got a cold ass idea about that. We need to get our own motherfucking garbage cans. That could be a whole company. Get your own cans and start doing your own shit. I told my kids we was gonna do that. That's you talk about money, nigga. That's big money.
It is.
Huh?
It is. It is.
That's big money, bro. Yeah, we can get that shit popping right there. Put my flags on the garbage cans. Do two things at one time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Letting the city getting all this money for pick up garbage, and they don't even do a good ass job.
And they ain't doing no.
You gotta go outside and clean up they mess they made.
Man, it just happened to me. I had some bags, and I put the shit in the bags, sitting on the side. Of course, I only got one garbage can, so if I got more than bags, where you think I'm gonna sit it at? These motherfuckers took the garbage can and left the bags. You dirty motherfuckers! I put it in the bag.
They don't. That's one I called because of that same thing. They said they don't supposed to anything extra. You got to order a new garbage can at $15 a garbage can.
They tripping. But see,
they did say that if you go out there when a garbage man come, you are allowed to put it in the garbage truck yourself.
Yeah, I be trying to catch them, but they don't be coming at the same time all the time. Switch that up, or you got to sit down. You got to stalk them out just to get the garbage can.
Yeah, man. I just want to
on over to the house, dog, so I can show you my stuff, though, man.
Oh yeah, I ain't gave up on that. I'm gonna come through.
He said,
man, it just that I had man, yesterday I went to the casino and I lost like.
I thought they got rid of you. You still going in there?
No, I lost like $800, $900, right? But then I was like, I ain't playing this damn fake ass crap machine no more because they was cheating you.
Where the hell you was at?
At the casino, Potawatomi, on a fake crap machine.
Oh, you went to the White House?
Yeah, but then I went down. I took my last 200 and went down to roulette, and I played my normal numbers, and I got down to my last $60, and I was like, man, I'm gonna play this all on my numbers, and then 11 pop. I got like $900.
I hope you left.
Oh no, I had to come back up with 100 more.
Oh wow!
Because I told you what I spent. I mean, I wanted to leave even, but then I played all my numbers again and won $175. But I left with $1,000, and then I went to and then this morning I went to get the scratch offs from the gas station, and I spent $100 at the gas station on scratch off. I got a $30 ticket, and then 7 $10 tickets. The first 7 $10 tickets, I didn't win shit. It was $0. I didn't win nothing. But then I scratched that $30 ticket. It said 2 times, and then I scratched the number. It said 2 times 100. Man, I was happy. I was like, I got my money back plus an extra 100. So I went in. I left. I didn't play no more.
How much?
So I'm up. Yeah.
How much you end up winning all together?
Like, well, technically, I only won $100, an extra 100, because I got all my money back. But that's the way it went.
Yeah, that was a win then.
Yeah, it's a win if you only won 100, but
Hell yeah.
they was in my pocket deep.
How you get the potto yesterday? I mean, you had to call in?
No, they actually letting people come in, long as their temperature ain't hot, and then that's how you know. Corey, did you see my I didn't invite you to my weight loss journey. I've been fasting for 3 days.
Yeah.
I fast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What did you see any of my videos?
I ain't seen it.
Well, I weighed myself in and I hit the panel, guess how much I was gonna weigh. We all was off. They was like 450, 490, whatever. I said I'm 5 something. Something don't mean nothing, but I weighed in at 539.8.
539.
Yeah, 539.8. But then I've been fasting 3 days. So oh my God, the hunger pains sleep, man. The hunger pains killing me when I go to sleep. I'm talking about all I dream about in my dreams is eating food. Literally.
That's a good thing. That means you're in a good spot then, because your body is starting to purge all those chemicals, dude.
Man, I went to Old Country Buffet in my dream. And when I woke up, I was so mad. I was like, what the fuck? All right, but real story though.
Did you try putting lemon in your water when you drink?
We just went out to get some vegetables to juice for tomorrow. But no, I didn't buy no lemons until after I came back. I didn't try it yet. We do got lemons to aside some of the drink. So I have my plan is, Corey and John, you probably already know this. I'm doing 3 days of fasting. Tomorrow is 2 days of juicing. But I 2 of my in the evening juicing is not gonna be a standard juice. It's gonna be microwave like a chicken broth, but it's without no chicken. It's gonna be all vegetable, and I'm putting it in the microwave and drink it like it's a hot soup or something. I don't know. I never tried it, but I'm gonna try it. I mean,
your next weigh?
You said what?
When is your next weigh-in?
Monday at 8 o'clock, and I'm gonna send a link to everybody who want to guess on how much I weigh after this 3 day of fasting. I didn't cheat. I didn't go look. I asked my girl, should I go cheat and look? She was like, no, let's leave it up to the camera. Let everybody guess on a fair thing. But
this is 1 week. This is gonna be 1 week.
No, actually, this is gonna be 3 days of me fasting.
3 days. So you weighing in after 3 days?
After 3 days of fasting, of no eating nothing. I didn't eat nothing. So
are you drinking a gallon of water a day?
That's where I'm falling off at. I only drank yesterday. I only drank 2 32-ounce bottles, and today I drank just like 1, and I had a cup of coffee. But no, I haven't been drinking no water.
Now, what you can do when you're fasting to substitute for fluids is you can do like bone broth, chicken broth, any of that kind of stuff. You can add into your fasting because it is fluid.
That's a good idea.
It is fluid
with some flavor.
Okay. Yeah, and it's got flavor to it. Now, for your water and stuff, I recommended, like I said, cinnamon infused water. That helps keep your blood sugar stable. Okay. And then you can infuse the water with fruit. John suggested lemon. I tend to disagree with that, specifically because a lot of citrus fruits is high in acidity, and that actually will activate your pain. So what you want to do is you want to use something like watermelon, something like maybe cucumber, something like that, something that is high in alkalinity.
Yeah, I'm gonna take everything y'all tell me. I'm gonna take and do it. But
you said you drank 2 32-ounce bottles.
Yeah,
that's a gallon.
Is it?
Yeah,
but that alkaline water.
Yeah, that's 64 ounces of water. That's all you need to do in a day.
64. I don't know. Don't let me lie to you. I don't know. I mean, I know I drank 2 bottled waters.
They got that alkaline water at Woodlands.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I should spend a lot of money on water if it's coming out the tap for free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that
but
water
there's
coming out of the tap
there's
isn't that healthy.
It might
that's
not
what I
be.
was just getting ready to say. There's an app that you can look up by your zip code to see what kind of additives are in your natural water. Like around here in certain spots of this county, there are high levels of farming products in the water. There's high levels of jet fuel and stuff like that, runoff, machine fuel stuff from the runoff from the Navy base. So it really depends on where you're at.
Hey, but you know what though? I'm gonna tell you that. Oh, I've been cheating though too. I told you I wasn't gonna exercise while I was fasting. I was exercising. So
Well, that's not a bad thing.
no, I want to keep. I want to keep my be very clear on what I say. But I did. So every time I stood up to answer the front door or to go to the kitchen or go to the bathroom, I did 16 squats. And let's just say that I did over 100 squats because my legs is killing me since I started this. I mean, when every time I go to the bath, even when I get off the toilet, that's me standing up. So I have to do some squats. So in front of and I use the table because I'm heavy and it's hurting my knees. So I use the table. I lean over on the table and just do squats, and I'm helping myself up with my hands a little, but I'm still doing the squats. So I did today I did about 32. I did 2 sets. And I skipped one because I was in a lot of pain. And when I was in the bathroom, so, I mean, getting off that toilet, then when your muscles is throbbing.
Yeah.
So I passed on that last set of 16, but like I've been doing extra stuff, and then when I went to the casino, the walk from the garage, the parking garage to the front door of the casino, I was so tired. I'm talking about I was sweating, sweat was pouring down my face, and you know they test you with the little infrared thermometer, and they had to test me 3 times because I wasn't registering because I had so much sweat on my forehead. And then I had to wipe my forehead. They had tested me. They said, "You good?" I went in, so I had to hurry up and sit down by any seat at the slot machine. After that, I waited a second and went to my game. But that walk from the game to the the seat that I was sitting in for rest and to the game that I was finna play at was like, I would say 200, 300 yards away. And man, that killed me. But again, it got easier as I kept walking. And then
Well, that's one of the tips that one of my buddies that has a fitness channel does is he says you're supposed to try to exercise each muscle set to the point of failure.
Yeah,
each time.
I also did just something out of the blue. I've been putting off. I got a van. I got a 2008 Honda Odyssey that needed an alternator bracket and the belt and a new tension pulley. I've been putting it off for like.
Oh God, I hate doing that stuff.
I put it off for 2 months, so I went outside and got my tools together and broke the whole front end down of the car and took it off. But then I found out the part that I ordered was the wrong part they sent me. So I had a lot of running yesterday to do. I had to run back to the auto place to return it. They told me since I got it online, they can't return it. I was like, well, this AutoZone, you need to do something. I can't just keep a part that I don't need. Finally, he returned it, but they didn't have a part, so I had to find a place to get it. Long story short, I had a lot of walking. I did a lot of walking yesterday that I normally don't do. So I'm trying to stick to this diet and this lifestyle that I'm trying to change. What was you saying, Corey, before I interrupted?
Before you, I mean, what are you not eating? I mean, why you just don't use a vegetable diet?
No. The whole point of me fasting for 3 days is to get all the chemicals and all the junk that I put in myself out so I can start fresh. Then I'm juicing to get my stomach and my metabolism I'm gonna start juicing. Then I'm gonna start eating right. You're right. What's the point of doing all this shit if I'm just gonna eat a box of cakes? You know what I'm saying? You're right. I'm not doing it. I'm limiting sugar, pasta, anything with starch in it. That's
carbs. Yeah,
carbs that my body gonna break down into sugar. I'm getting rid of. So I'm sticking to green. I love okra. I love green tomatoes. I love spinach. I love greens. I love cucumbers. I love even red tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? I love all these vegetables. Yeah. It's just that me.
Well, you know the food pyramid.
Yeah.
Turn that upside down, and you'll be okay.
Okay.
That's the problem. Is the way they taught us with that stupid food pyramid. It's upside down. You know, we need more vegetables, not more meat and all that.
More vegetables, more nuts, more
Grain,
beans, all that kind of
legumes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, John. I mean, I agree with you on the vegetable part, but I don't know if I'm gonna give up my same portion of meat though. Not quite yet. Let me work on to that.
Well, you can
if
always
eat
switch
meat,
to a
make
healthier
sure
cut of
it's
meat.
yeah. If you eat meat, make sure it's lean cut. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well,
Like
let's
even for us, when we buy hamburger meat, we get sometimes they call it dietary, but it's 98% fat free.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could or what you could do is you get a piece of steak or whatever, and you just have them grind it up. You know, but you try to get the least amount of fat in it as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey. I haven't touched, to be real, I haven't touched hamburger intentionally in almost a year.
And they got this stuff beefalo. It's like buffalo and beef combined. You know, it's more.
Well,
lean.
bison is more healthy anyways because it's grass fed.
Where can you get some bison at in the city?
They got some on the east side over there. Go to the what's the name of that store? The Pick and Save over there on the east side.
East side by Sherwood or further to the North Avenue area.
Yep, that one.
Okay.
So you just got to research and find out where the healthy stuff is.
But your beef not even made for you to be eating. You're supposed to just eat vegetables and fruit and shit. And you don't have carnivore meat.
Yeah, well, that's how the Garden of Eden was.
Right.
Well, and a lot of it kind of goes to understanding your blood type and where your, indigenous bloodlines lie and stick into a diet that's similar to what your ancestors had. When you start eating outside of your normal areas, you got people that have issues with a lot of pain and inflammation and arthritis and stuff like that. They come to realize that they're eating a diet that's got a lot of tomato base to it. Well, that's because you're not from an area that tomato base is in your diet. And tomatoes are very acidic.
Mm-hmm.
I
got reflex and all that red. So anything red, get my acid reflex get to acting up. Tomato paste, all that kind of stuff. You toe up.
Well, that's a good thing with vinegar. Vinegar actually will help to combat reflux.
Oh yeah, vinegar and water.
Yep.
I'm gonna start drinking that then.
It helps. I deal with reflux all the time too. I have for years.
Or sometimes I'll have a oil and vinegar salad.
Oil and vinegar instead of the salad dressing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Olive oil. What kind of oil?
Yep.
Olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Make my own. Add a little bit of seasoning to it. Good to go.
Yeah, that's what
You got to cut down on a lot of processed food. That's the problem because they put a lot of preservatives and other shit in there. So you want to stay away from processed foods as much as possible.
That's
and stuff that's high in salt.
I don't eat like processed food. I cook my own.
Yeah, I know
food.
you don't because you cook a lot of stuff from scratch, right?
Yeah, I do. It's crazy because
so that's good. But you should start learning to cook with olive oil or canola oil or some other oil other than vegetable oil.
Olive oil is actually the healthiest, believe it or not. Canola is kind of second, but vegetable oil is wholeheartedly one of the unhealthiest.
And they got sunflower seed oil. They got walnut oil. They got all kinds of different oils.
Coconut oil.
Yeah.
I got to be probably one of the few white folks you'll ever meet that's been running around here for years with a huge ass tub of some coconut oil all year round.
Yeah. In fact, you can drink that coconut water. That's good for you too.
I heard, but I tried it back when I wasn't on a diet. It didn't taste so good to me. Maybe it's healthy, but
maybe it's the brand. It could have been the brand you had.
It could be the brand.
Have you tried aloe water before?
Aloe?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Aloe's good too.
I've been stuck in this loop of eating unhealthy, but not a lot. I've been like I said in my first video, that it's not that I was eating a lot of food. I eat unhealthy, small portions of unhealthy shit, and then I also turn around and don't do no exercise. I don't do no.
What do you fry your food in? What do you fry your food in?
I actually got peanut oil. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's all right. That's all right.
I was using peanut oil. The only reason I use it because for Thanksgiving I fry my turkey, right? And I got all this oil left over, and it just seemed crazy not to use it. So I use it to fry everything, and by the time it's over with, like it's 5 gallons of peanut oil that I that I just have. So it lasts me over like 6 months, 7 months. So next Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm gonna buy some more and gonna have a leftover oil again. So I'm just gonna keep reusing that. But yeah, my Thanksgiving this year is bigger and better than the one last year.
Healthier.
I might do a live stream for people to come see what I'm cooking, because I cook everything. Me and my girl cook everything ourselves. It's not like
I saw last year. I saw last year when Mo went over there and
you
guys live streamed it.
Yeah,
you know what I did? I did a few years back. I actually did for my grandmother. I did 10 pounds turkey breast in a crock pot with some mesquite seasoning and some Tennessee seasoning. Oh my God, that shit was the best turkey I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, he had like 2 turkeys, a ham.
I got the video still on my Mo's page. Yeah, because I had
You should upload it to this channel.
I am.
Download it and upload it.
Yeah, I'm finna actually. I'm gonna see if Mo.
That way, it adds more content to your channel.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that because that was a nice Thanksgiving, and I like I said, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy eating, but I know I don't overeat. That's the thing. I don't overeat to make me want to throw up or I can't move around and all that. It's just that that city mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's that city, and I say it like this: it's like before there was big ass cities like it is now. People used to have to go out and hunt for their own food, and they did. If they didn't hunt, they didn't eat. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't catch nothing for that day, we basically would have to eat what we had left over, or we didn't eat that day. So my whole job as a father, as a provider, is to go out and kill that food to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's the other reason why our bodies are able to do and successfully sustain with the intermittent fasting, because our bodies are adapted to be able to utilize whatever fat stores we have to be able to fuel us in the times where food was scarce.
I know. It's just that now that we live in cities, we got everything handed to us, and so as long as we got the money, we got everything handed to us. We don't go out and have to hunt no damn cow or no beef or no pork. No pig, or it's all rewrapped and handed to us. And it's so easy to do it. And actually, one of my if y'all don't like pork, then excuse what I'm about to say. One of my grocery stores got pork on sale. Like they own a damn butcher. It's like a family pack of pork chops that's normally $15. It's like $4.95, and I buy a whole bunch of that shit in case they change their mind about the price later. I love pork, and I love all food, so I don't discriminate.
Well, I got an idea for you. It's rather interesting, and it's very tasty. One of the things that you can do is when you get to a point to where you're ready to experiment with your flavor a little bit, take some pork chops and marinate them overnight in some cola. I know that sounds crazy, but marinate them overnight in some cola. And then when you go to get them out the next day, get one of your little meat tenderizers, tap them down flat, and then just bake them. Oh man, the flavor is so good. It ends up with a nice, yummy caramelized crust. All that sugar bakes off. It's all gone, and you get nothing but
but
the
that's not
flavor
good
in
for
the
his
meat.
diet, though.
Well, that's down the
All
road.
that
All that sugar stuff gets all of it bakes off. It's like cooking with alcohol. It all bakes off. But there's lots of different ideas that you can do with stuff like marinades once you get to making your own. If you do your own salad dressing, you can do your own marinades the same kind of way. And you can marinate whatever you want to do. One of the healthy things that they have in this book that I was telling you about is they do a lot of crock pot stuff. 15-minute meal ideas, stuff like that. Stuff that's real easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try everything because like I said, I didn't realize that I've been like this for 20 years, so 25 years. That's a lot. That's a lot of weight to carry with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a lot of stress on your body.
And you're going to feel a difference once all this stuff starts melting away. It's going to be life-changing.
I like eggs though. Somebody told me eggs is bad for you, but I can't give them my eggs and my pork chops.
Eggs are not great for cholesterol, but you can balance that out. You can balance that out with almonds. Almonds, olive oil, orange juice, stuff like that is all good for cholesterol. Even black licorice if you like it or don't like it.
So yeah,
oatmeal helps for that too.
It does. It does.
It helps with your cholesterol.
Oh, like I said, the only thing that was wrong with my blood work when I got it ran was the sugar. Because I'm a diabetic. That's the only thing that was wrong with me. And
well, by you losing weight, that's going to help your diabetes.
Yeah, you might be able to get rid of it.
No, I am going. I'm serious about this, man. Look, for example, my grandson was here today, and I got, like I said, I do have a house full of kids and family members who come over, so I got snacks. And to me, I gotta have strength around my snacks because they so easy to just say, fuck this, I'm gonna go get me a nutty bar out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't. So, first my brother came over with a plate of food. And he was like, "You want some?" I was like, "No, I'm fasting." He was like, "Sure you don't want this chicken jerky
peer pressure."
And I was like, "No, I'm good. I don't want none." So he bit it. He was like, "Sure, it's so delicious." And I was like, "No, I don't want none." And then he was like, "All right." So he ate his up. And then the same day, my grandson came running in here. He handed me a Little Debbie Nutty Bar, right? And I was like, "Look at the devil. The devil is a lie." To myself, I was like, the devil is a lie right now. I mean, because physically, he gave me the Nutty Bar in my hand, and it was if I didn't have self-control, I would have just popped that wrapping open and ate it. But I called my wife in here, was like, "Would you see what he just did? He look at the devil as a lie, Rita." And I was like, "Look, he gave me this Nutty Bar." No, she was like, "He only wanted you to open for him." No, he didn't say nothing. He just handed it to me and left.
He got short attention spans. That's what that is.
So it was multiple times that I could have ate the wrong thing during this fasting. But anyway, like when I get off the couch now, I mean, ever since I started doing the squats, I could get off the couch and not feel in pain, like my back, my knees, my ankles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in pain, but I do feel that burn in my calf muscle. I mean, my thigh muscles where I exercised at. You know what I'm saying? I feel that burn, but it ain't a bad feeling like I'm hurting. It's more
Well,
like
that's the important part of drinking a lot of water too, is that helps get rid of that lactic acid from the exercising. And one of the things that I know about from exercising and stuff that you're supposed to do, because at this point, the weight is both a somewhat of a blessing and a curse at this point, because it's going to help your muscles build faster. Okay, it's going to convert that fat into muscle. And being a male, it's going to be easier for you to convert that fat to muscle, just because you guys have denser muscle tissue and denser bones and all that kind of good stuff. And what you need to do is, when you get to that point and you get to where the exercising is getting easier, the pain is becoming less, what you're going to do is, after each one of those exercise sessions, you want to boost your protein. That actually helps to build the muscle, to build the strong, healthy, dense muscle that's going to help you to continue to lose more weight quicker.
Yeah. Like I said, after the 2 days of juicing, I'm gonna start exercising, and my cousin was like, I should do it online, actually exercise in front of the camera, so people could see me actually physically doing it. And I told her that sounds like a good plan, but I don't want to, because if I have to sit down, I don't want nobody talking shit to me. But hey, that's motivation, because I am, like, for example, that walk from the casino to the front door, from the parking lot to the casino front door. I had to sit down right after that because my back couldn't take it. And it's like baby steps, I guess.
Right, it always is. But
So that's my plan.
that's the big thing, is you're already on the right path because you've already started. A lot of people, this kind of goes into what y'all were talking about a little bit earlier. A lot of people, they talk themselves out of something before they even begin. Oh, it's going to be too hard. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I won't be able to do everything the way I want to do. They talk themselves out of it before they even start, so they never get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you were also talking, the lady that was on earlier was also talking about what we had discussed, about the fact that, a lot of us have inherited bad eating habits and bad food choices and stuff like that because it's inherited.
Yeah.
I mean, in my family here, where we had my grandmother back in the day used to do family, get-togethers every summer. Her sons would come down or up, depending on who. They would come to visit. My aunt would come to visit. Everybody would get together, and we'd all go eat at this restaurant that was here, that was local, that was a seafood restaurant. And the reason why they picked there was because my youngest uncle used to work there. And I'm going to tell you what, we would leave out of there. My grandmother would leave out of there with like a $400 bill because everybody would throw down endless steam platters, fried platters, crabs, shrimp, scallops, all that stuff. I'm not going to get into it because, I want to torture you, but it was just that same kind of, almost excessive. It definitely was excessive, because when you got out of there after one of those get-togethers, you couldn't eat for 2 days because you were too full. So a lot of this stuff is just these behaviors that are handed down from, other generations, where, you maybe had people that experienced depression in a hard area that were constantly having, issues with food insecurity. And that's a real conversation and a big problem for a lot of people in this country, is the issue of food security. And, it's going forward, having the right tools, having the right know-how and what works for you and your body is very, very, very important. because you get a blueprint. It's like learning how to, I don't know, learning how to deal with a car. You can't put the, crappy 87 gas or 83 gas or whatever, the low grade gas into a sports car. It's not going to run right. Well, if we think of our bodies essentially as sports cars, when you start adding all kinds of crazy other stuff to it, it just doesn't perform the way it's supposed to. You start having issues with parts malfunctioning, things like that.
I got kicked out my own stream.
Oh shit. But yeah, I mean, if we look at our bodies as basically, machines, what we put into them matters. And if we don't put the right things into them, we're going to end up with a backfired system.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, tomorrow though, when I come online, I am going to I might come on before breakfast. I know that's early for y'all, but I weigh myself in because I want to weigh myself in before I start juicing so I can get a right weigh in. Because once you start eating back, your body might try to keep all that what you put in. So I'm gonna
yes and no. It's gonna and it just really depends on the first couple weeks. You're gonna see either a little progress or a fair amount of progress. You might even see just a teeny tiny little smidgen bit of progress, but it's progress to be sure.
Yeah.
Adding in the exercise in between, even if it's just a little bit at a time. And whoever said, do it online, you could simply do just the cardio portion where you're hitting your punching bag. Nobody's going to say shit to you, but at least it's a start. It gives you accountability, and you don't have to do it live. You could certainly, just record it as you're doing it and then upload it later. So that's a thought, but I mean, you're on the right track and I applaud you for it.
All right. Well, I'm glad y'all came on, but I gotta go. So John, thanks for coming on, man. Get with that support, and Carolyn.
Yep.
And everybody who came on and talk to me. So tomorrow I might come on. I might pre-record it and then air it at 8 o'clock in the evening, or it depends on how I want to do it. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I know I'm weighing myself in at like before breakfast, before I do this morning juice.
Right. Just don't do an all slurry juice. That'll hurt you.
No. I'm putting all green vegetables and then 2 pears. So I already know what my ratio to the sweetness is gonna be.
Okay.
So I already know. I like pears. I tried apples, green apples, but it made the juice taste a little sour for me. But
blueberries is a good one too. Blueberries and pears and greens are good together.
Okay. So I might. I ain't got no blueberries. Hold on. Yeah, I do. I did buy some blueberries last night. Today when my girl we went to Sam's Club.
Yay!
So yeah, I might try some of that. But I'm gonna end the screen and then I'll talk to y'all a little later on tonight, or on probably Mo's channel or somebody else's channel. But I gotta take care of some. I gotta let the dog out or something.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. See you later.
All right.